talk about MCI rent increases. How does the law affect that?
Okay. MCI increases have now also become temporary rent increases instead of permanent rent increases. And MCI increases have also now become subject to longer amortization periods. I believe that depending on the size of the building, the MCI increases were granted in a way before the law changed that the cost was recovered over 8 or 9 years, but it continued as a permanent rent increases. Now the costs are recovered over 12 or 12 and a half years, and again, like the IAIs, the increase is temporary, again, on this 30-year time limit, and how that all gets placed or not into the base rent remains to be seen. What is also changed on the MCIs, there has long been a cap on the collection of MCI increases. When you file an MCI application, you include a list of the tenants and how much rent they're paying at the time of the application. The MCI increase is a per room increase. So say you get $5 a room, it's a 2-room apartment, the person's getting a $10 a month rent increase. If that $10 results in an annual rent increase that's more than 6% of what the tenant's rent was when you filed the application, you couldn't collect more than 6% the first year, and then you could collect the rest of it, after that. Now that 6% cap has been reduced to a 2% cap, starting with leases that come into effect, I believe, in September of 2019, but it relates back to MCI increases granted back to, about 2013 or 2012. I forget the exact date. So this is going to involve a lot of recalculation on the part of owners or managers who have to figure out how much is the lawful MCI increases that get added to leases. The other thing that has changed about MCI increases is that there's no longer any retroactive increase. There was never a retroactive increase allowed for rent control tenants, but if you filed an MCI application a year and a half ago and then it's granted by DHCR, the increase would be made retroactive to the point where tenants got notice of the MCI application. The other thing you'd have to figure out is, are you collecting the prospective increase first or the retroactive, and how does the 6% cap work with that? But the simplification now is that there's no retroactive rent increase. I think I have seen 1 or 2 DHCR notices come out on pending MCI applications right now that mention what some of the changes are to the law in connection with MCIs, but I haven't seen how it's technically affecting things so far. But there are a lot of questions about the calculations and what to do with them.